Okay, now please read verse number 4 onwards. Heyopadeya virahat evam harsha vishadayo abhavadadya he brahman evam evahamastitah ashramanashramam dhyanam citta swikriyuta varjanam vikalpam mama viksheti evam evahamastitah karmanushthanamajnanat yathaivo paramastatha buddhva samyagidam tattvam evam evahamastitah. So, as I always say, and we have been seeing it very regularly, that after you listen to these classes, you go and you see it for yourself very clearly. Because this knowledge is something which you must see for yourself very clearly. Just think of it. Having walked through the library, does anybody get knowledge? Just you are walking through the library, the biggest library, thousands and thousands of books. Just by walking through that, do you soak in the knowledge? Nor by living in an ashram you will get the knowledge. Living in a hospital, nobody is cured. Visiting a hospital, nobody is cured. Visiting a library, nobody becomes PhD. Living in a monastery, ashram also, you don't become wise. Putting on all types of fancy clothes also, it makes no difference whatsoever. Just think of it. Whatever you do, ultimately you must see it for yourself, not walking through the book, library, nor carrying the book also. You carry a lot of books on your head, but not a line in your head. What is in your head is more important than what is on your head. That is why it is so important that the moment you listen to these things, you see it very clearly for yourself, and as the see almost like a, I don't want to say regal competition, it's like an infinite duel, a happy duel between the teacher and the student. The teacher is reveling and the student also is joining in the revelry. That is the most beautiful part of it. Why is it that we are so much interested in talking to another person? Because if you talk to a flower, however much you can read a poetry to the flower, how much you may sing its glory, how much you may say, oh, you are so nice, oh, the petal is so soft, the fragrance is so exciting, nothing happens to the flower. So it is all one-sided. But when you talk to the another person, oh, you are so nice, you are so exciting, you are so wonderful, you are so sensitive, you are so smart, you are so wise, you are so perceptive, you are so insightful. The other person feels wonderful. And also, you also see the same thing very carefully for yourself. That is why in this teaching, it becomes very exciting because already the teacher is excited in a sense because he is absolutely fulfilled within himself. There is no reason to teach. There is no reason to talk. There is no reason to share. But the other person, when he sees that he is so miserable, so uncomfortable, so much empty, frustrated, miserable in life, naturally he cannot take it, because at one time he was also like that. Then he understood the truth for himself. Having seen it, how can you stop revealing the truth to somebody? And in that, if the other person grasps it, nothing like it. If somebody doesn't grasp it, your wisdom anyway doesn't get cancelled. Neither you are disappointed, because anyway the person is the absolute. One day he shall see it. So it is never a hopeless case. Always the teacher is wonderful, happy with himself, and the student also. One day if he doesn't see it now, he shall see it. But the fact is, if the student also sees the same thing, wow, excited. It is like two of you walking, and then on the beach you are walking. Then suddenly you see a dolphin jumping. How do you go? How do you feel? Oh my God, dolphin in Madras coast. No, I cannot. Then you say, hey, did you see? But what did you see? In 1 second he has jumped and gone under the water. Now he has not seen it. You have seen it, you are going crazy, so naturally he starts going crazy. Where? What is that? Where? No, that dolphin. Where? You see that point. And that is the time when you are showing, of course the dolphin doesn't come up. Right? So you feel so strong because you want to show it to him, the person. First he has not seen. You want to show it to him, but the dolphin is not coming up. Then what do? You say, okay, keep looking. Huh? And the moment, as you are looking, suppose the dolphin really jumps. What happens to you now? That fellow gets excited, you also excited, and what do you say? Of course, that time you take as a very big, credit as though you showed it to him. Did you see it? Of course he saw it. Did you see? He saw it. That way he is so excited about it. So both of you go crazy, because as they say, happiness divided is multiplied. This is a peculiar division. Money divided, lessened. Food divided, starving. Anything divided, starving. But happiness divided, multiplies. More and more people happy. By dividing sorrow, how many people you have made happy? By giving sorrow and pain and misery to everybody, how many times you have been happy? Never. You might have forgot your own sorrow for some time, because when you make the other person more miserable, you feel less miserable. But that is the sickening way of finding relief. The person must see the truth for himself. And here, both the teacher and the student, a divine display. He is happy with himself, reveling in himself, and the student also has started reveling in himself. So when this teacher says, you see this, Ishvara Sarva Nirmada. Everything that happens in life, first you be with yourself and see that everything happens in life in its own ways. Why you are here, where you are, what happens, who comes, who goes, who crosses your path, why somebody doesn't cross it, you will never know. And think, friends, in this vast universe, when you say a vast universe, let it not just be a word splashing on your ear. Just think it. We are sitting down here in this tiny room, 20 people, 30 people, we are sitting down here. How many people out there? 7 billion people. Where is that? The entire earth, countries, continents, planets, galaxies, Milky Ways. So many things are happening. Are we controlling it? A little expansion. And this teacher sees it very clearly, and the student also sees, and that's why the student says, quote back to the verse right away, Evam eva aham asrita. Having seen, O Brahman, he says, hey Brahman, O Guru, and a teacher, O respected one, revered one, you are the absolute. What all you are saying, seeing it, evameva ahamastita, I also rest in the same absolute. You must remember the beautiful line that Bhagavan Rama asked to Vasishta in Yoga Vasishta. Kadaham visrantim neshyami meru shrunga ivam buddha. It's a beautiful line. O venerable one, O respected teacher, Kadaham visrantim neshyami. When shall I find the absolute peace, visranti, vigata shranti, shrama, where there is no more hint of struggle, no more hint of disharmony, hint of pain, nothing. Eternally peaceful, like Meru Shrunga Ambudaiva, like the huge clouds perched on the top of the peak, the mountain peaks. How the clouds come and rest, settle down, nowhere to move, as though journey has come to an end. No struggle to move or go out. Have you found that happiness in your life like that? Just find out. Have you found that happiness in your life like that? Have you found that Vishranti? Sit down, so much at rest with yourself, nothing else to think about, nothing else to be with. Evam eva ahamasi. This is how I see that. Have you found it? Have you seen it? Are you seeing that in your life? How does it happen? You are always like that. Listen carefully. You are always like that. And the more you see it, that is why this step by step he says that Heyo upadeha virahat evam harsha vishadayoho. O Lord, for me, no more there is something on which I depend for my happiness or unhappiness, for my restfulness, for my security. I am totally with myself. Observations. Just see this observation. Very nice it is. Morning I was sitting down, an idea came. I'll share it with you. I know you will also explode now. You cannot resist it. Amazing. Just observe your own life. That is why life itself is the biggest teacher. Walking through library, nobody gets knowledge. Living in a monastery, nobody becomes wise. You observe, see things for yourself, your own experiences. The scriptures are beautiful, but it takes in why the scriptures are beautiful. Because Shruti is beautiful because Anubhava, they take into account our experiences of life. They relate our experiences to absolute wisdom. From the known experiences of the universe, we move into the unknown, apparently unknown, as though unknown, which is myself, always existing, but I did not know it. But taking into account my own experiences, logically, the scripture establishes how I am absolutely blissful. There is nothing other than it. And once you see it for yourself, you are totally settled in yourself. Evam eva ahamastita, vishranti. How? Please see this point. Every one of us have gone through some type of problem in life, right or wrong? Every one of us. As a child, I fight with my brother. I want that balloon. Whatever is with me is not enough. That balloon. Okay, you got it? I want that school. That corner seat. I want that toy. This vehicle. As you grow up, this person only, this job only. Every time you have created a problem, you have also solved the problem, right? Somehow or other you have solved the problem. The point is, friends, observe. By trying to solve your problem, whatever you held on to, did it last? Please see that. To solve your problem, whatever you held on to, did it last? Everything is fragile. That is why discovering this fragility, mortality, changing nature of the universe, evam eva ahamasthita, now I am totally with myself changeless, because no need to hold on to anything, because it will not solve it. Just see. This is something you must see it every moment. Are you getting that point? To solve a problem, whatever you hold on to, that something doesn't last. You hold on to the money, money goes away. You hold on to a job, job is finished. You hold on to a relationship, breaks down. You go to some places which you like, then your own like and dislike changes. That also drops out. What happens? That is why people are in an endless journey of misery, pain, anxiety. Having seen it, I am no more hold on to something. Why? Because I know any moment of happiness I am with myself. And when do I know I am with myself? When you are totally at rest with yourself. Absolute joy, absolute happiness, absolute satisfaction, security, Vishranti. You have reached as though it's like the clouds reaching the top of the mountain. The eternity in front, nowhere to go. That's what I am with myself. And when you feel, as Bhagavad Gita will say nicely, yad labdhva, by gaining which, na yallabdhva cha aparam labham nadhikam manyate tatah. Having gained which, the person no more consider any other gain better than what he has already got. I was reading one little article where the person very nicely says, when shall I know that I am enlightened, I am happy, I am sort of, I know myself, life is full of joy. Then the natural realization comes, a natural recognition comes in life. Whatever I lost is nothing but a toy. It's just a toy. Who I am is so exciting, what I have nowhere stands in comparison. Do you understand that point, sir? Who I am is so wonderful. What all I had, just do not stand any comparison. Am I the only one like that? Everybody is like that. Even the person who is fighting with you, starting, you want to kill you, destroy you, the situations that come to overwhelm you, the content of that also is same truth, same consciousness. So it is an ocean of joy only. At no time you can ever lose sight of yourself. So the sense of satisfaction is so intimate, something which you cannot get out of it. Always at rest with yourself. Listen carefully. Always at rest with yourself. People who think they are going to work. Listen please. I say listen please, because it's very simple. Do not miss it. Just see the nuances of this point, you shall be struck down. The person who is always working means what? Very much, oh morning you get up, I have to do this, I have to take my tea, I have to get coffee, newspaper has not come, oh I have to go to school, I have to go to college, I have to go to job also, I have got to, my wife has not come, my husband has gone there, oh children what to do? This is life, no? I have to catch this flight, that fellow did like that, the maid servant did not do this, servant did not do this, and I did not do this, never think about it, don't worry. Huh? So you go on throughout the day like this. Then what do you say? No, shut up, nobody comes now. 5 to 6, nobody comes here. Why? My meditation. So you stop your work to meditate. You forget. If you are in meditation, you don't have to stop your meditation to work. You stop your work to meditate. That is why you are in continuous agitation. Because the moment your so-called meditation stops, work is waiting there to grab you. You have to stop your work. This is religious people. Religious people means what? A divide between the secular and the religious. The divide between the spiritual and the mundane. The divine and the mundane. So this must stop. As though chanting is not meditation, walking is not meditation, singing is not meditation, eating is not meditation, talking to people is not meditation, taking the responsibility is not meditation, looking at a star is not meditation, enjoying a bird song is not meditation. Meditation means shut up all activities, then sit down, close your eyes. So to meditate, such a person stops his activity in order to meditate. Then meditation becomes another action. Because when that stops, other actions are take over. What meditation is that? These are all spiritual camp meditation. You understand? Meditation camp meditation. 10 rupee meditation, 20 rupee meditation, midnight meditation, mid-morning meditation. When you are in meditation, you are in meditation. When you discover you are the meditation, evam eva hamastitah, I am in meditation. I don't have to stop anything to do to be in meditation. Work is going on, meditation. Work is not going, meditation. Eyes closed, meditation. Eyes open, meditation. Why? Meditation is my nature. Dhyana swarupattvat. So beautiful. Evam eva hamastitah. Look at how do you exist in the world. Do you exist lost in your work? Lost in your responsibility, lost in your so-called stupid identities. Stupid identities, shall I say stupid identity? Identities are not stupid. You are stupid to identify. So say stupid identities and I say meaningless nonsense. You know what to do. But sometimes you are so, what to do? I mean, I'm so excited to talk about it. See the beauty of it. Just think, friends, think for yourself. Lost in the road. So I have to stop something to be in meditation. So you make a beautiful divide between religious and the secular, spiritual and the mundane. Then you start passing judgment on people. Oh, this fellow is like that fellow is like that. He is not doing, he is not singing, he is not chanting, he is eating garlic, he is looking at this, he is reading this, that. Huh? So that's because those are not spiritual activity. What is spiritual activity? Do none of. So in those activities you have divided. Reading a book is not, reading a novel is secular activity, reading a religious book is spiritual activity. What? Really? No activity is spiritual or mundane. You are the absolute with the touch of your divinity. When you see who you are, whatever you do, that is spiritual. Divine. Not many people will grasp it. They cannot grasp it. Because the individuality is intact. When you understand yourself, yallabdhva aparam labham nadhikam manyate tatah. I told you that. By gaining which, you do not consider any other gain greater than that. Go to the flip side, the other side of it. You have lost something, losing which nothing else remains to be lost. Ahankar, individuality is lost. After losing which, what else further you are going to lose? Come on. The ownership is gone. What you are owning, does it matter? The ownership is gone. Do you really understand it? I hope you grasp it, see it, be it. The ownership, when the individuality, this is so sweet it is. By losing which, no other loss matters. I hope it's not a sensation for your ears, okay? Please. By losing which, no other loss matters. Don't come back and say, I lost 5,000 rupees. Oh, I see. I lost 50 lakhs. I lost my brother, my sister, my wife, my child. I really? I lost my image. I lost my, my respect in the society. Really? You are so respectful. You lost. I lost a good friend. As a human being, you can talk about it. But that does not give you a sense of emptiness. Having lost something, there is nothing more to lose anymore. A loss is a loss if you think you lose. A punishment is a punishment if you feel punished. An insult is an insult if you feel insulted. A humiliation is humiliation if you feel humiliated. A persecution is a persecution if you feel persecuted. An adoration is an adoration if you feel adored. And if you feel adorable, you shall feel deplorable. Don't worry about it. If you feel flattered, you shall feel destroyed. In other words, if you are feeling flattened, destroyed, you are feeling flattered sometimes also. That is why, how many times, again and again and again, Bhagavad Gita will repeat, Sukhe dukhe sametitva, labha labho jaya jayo. Sukhe dukhe. Sukham, fantastic. Dukham, excellent. Victory, wow. Defeat, hoo-hoo. Gain, wow. Loss, fantastic. It's not a joke. Samasatro ja mitre ja. Tatha mana apamanayo. Same for the Satru Mitra. One who tries to destroy you as adorable as the person who is trying to help you. The person who is trying to help you is trying to help you for your sake. The person who is trying to not help you also trying to do it for his sake. Oh, how can you attribute motive like that to everybody? All right. If the person is helping it for my sake, even if I don't recognize also, he will continue to help you. That is your taste. Think. Samasatrauja mitreja, tatha mana apamanayo. In the so-called considerations of humiliation and adoration. Now you are garlanded, now you are pushed around. Both are fantastic, right? Like that sadhu, the story goes, when he was walking down, somebody hit him. Then immediately he was taken to a hospital and all that. He has been taken care, somebody is massaging and giving some seva. He said, give us the permission, we shall hit him. He said, the hand that hit, the hand that serves. Person behind forget. One hand hit, other hand serves. Both God, both Ishwar. It's not a story. See, friends, by gaining which, there is nothing more to gain in life. You are no more excited. Oh, I got this money, I got this job, now so many people coming, so many people go. Losing which, there is nothing further to be lost. Yourself, the ahankar is gone, nothing else remains to be gained. Everything, having gained which, everything that you apparently lose is nothing but a child's toy. Because previously, you are having the objects looking for happiness. Since you are looking for happiness, any amount of things you are gaining was still creating that emptiness. So you are having everything but still looking for happiness. Now that you got the happiness itself, everything becomes what? It's a luxury. If it is there, oh, very comfortable. Not there, what to do? I'm very happy. Previously, I was looking for an air conditioning so that I can be happy. And I got it. For 2 minutes, I was cool. Again, the heat started. Right? Now I discover I am the happiness itself. Air conditioning is there, very nice, cool. Electricity failed. That also is nice. Why? You are uncomfortable, but you are not miserable. That's the beauty. And these two things you cannot take away from life. The sense of comfort, discomfort, nobody can take away. But happiness and happiness. Bhagavan says in Gita, no, Indriyani Indriyartheshu Ragadveshu Vyavasthitu. Indriyani Indriyasya Arthe Raga Dvesha Vyavasthitu. The sense organ toward the sense subject. You cannot take away the Raga Dvesha. The immediate translation is like and dislike. But of course, sense organs cannot have likes and sense organs cannot dislike. Comfort and discomfort. You cannot take away the burning sensation of fire against the skin and the soft sensation of the cool water against the skin. So these sensations, comfortable, uncomfortable, shall be there. You cannot escape. But previously you are being happy because of the good sensation, unhappy because of the painful sensation. That stops. Now you are happy to go through both because you recognize the sensations cannot stop. Please. Tasmat evameva hamasthitah visranti nishyami. Oh teacher, what you are telling, heya upadeya virahat. There is nothing in life, heya, which has to be given up, or something I should have for the sake of happiness, for the sake of being immortal, absolute, secure. Think, friends. It's very, very important. Huh? Okay? Just see it for yourself. Only you can see it for yourself. Nobody can see your mind. With what attitude you are going towards the object, nobody shall know. Whether you are in absolute peace or in total turmoil, only you can see. Nobody can see that. A person is walking down. By looking at it, how do you know what is happening? That is why do not try to pass judgment on somebody. You see it for yourself. Asrama anasramam dhyanam. Chitta, okay, the next verse. Asramam anasramam dhyanam. Chitta sukrita varjanam. Vikalpam mama viksha etaihi ahameva ahamastika. I am now absolutely at rest with myself. Why? Viksha, having seen what? The disturbance come from chitta sukrita varjanam. Please see that, how beautiful. Average person is devastated, disturbed because of the chitta sukrita, chitta varjanam. By holding on to a thought or by dismissing a thought. One particular thought comes, the person feels very happy. Another thought comes, the person feels destroyed, haunted by it, traumatized. Think. But you have seen now through your life. Remember that point, please. I want to repeat it. Is there anything that you are holding on to in order to solve your passing problem? Whatever solution you are holding on to, does it last? You are hungry. Listen carefully. You are hungry. To remove your hunger, you took the food. How long can that food sustain your hunger? Just an example. Huh? Please. To have your security, you collected some money. How long the money shall last? You are lonely. To feel somebody is around you, you develop a relationship. How long the person stays there around you? Either the person can disappear or your need for the person disappears. What a headache! Are you getting that point, please? You must see it. Do not think in terms of what, this is a religious thing to be alone. I want to go inside a cave and say on a top of the, on a stone or on the banks of the river. No, I'm not talking about that. You observe yourself. You are lonely. To observe, to have that, to get out of the loneliness, you develop a friendship with somebody or something. How long that lasts? Even if that something is there, your value changes. You are now bored in the presence of same person. Why people divorce? Why people run away from objects? Why people run away from things? Because whatever you are trying to hold on to in order to solve a problem, that something also is dropping out. Please recognize that. Please recognize that. Because we unconsciously jump from object to object to object to object until you die. You have to do that, but do it consciously, no problem. Knowing well it will come to an end, I hold on to it. Knowing well this body shall drop, I live with the body. Knowing well this food will be remaining in the stomach for some time, I eat the food. Knowing well this day will come to an end, I leave the day. Knowing well even these thoughts will change. See the beauty of it. That they continuously change. Is it not beautiful? Why? Not only what you are holding on to goes away, but what you do not want to hold on to also goes away. How? What a beauty. Not only what you are trying to hold on to goes away, that time you are desperate. Why? Because you want to hold on to it, but the things drop out. What you do not want to hold on to, that also goes away. Please look at your miseries, look at your thoughts which are hunting you for a long time. After some time it will not be there. It is like Rama's Vanavas. 14 years also comes to an end, 14 days also comes to an end. For some people 14 days is like 14 years. But if you know how to enjoy life, 14 years is like 14 days. Why? Rama must have thought very great. Why? What a place. This is a palace, people, what a headache. Nothing like living in the forest. Beautiful, lovely forest and trees and animals and living with the monkeys, that's the greatest pleasure. Malu, Jambavan, all these wild animals, so nice, the best of life. Rather after 14 years of that, what will you be thinking? God, now I have to go back to the palace. No. I enjoyed the forest, I am going to enjoy the palace. I enjoy the palace, I enjoy the forest. So, the person who thinks, now I have sent him to banishment, he is suffering there. Because how long can he be angry? In the moments of anger, Mother Kaikeyi must have felt, go, you are going to the forest. You must go to the forest. All right, mother. Father's wish is that I am going to the forest. After he goes to the forest, how long can that anger be there? Because even the anger cannot last forever. When the anger goes away, after 1 year, I am the one who sent Rama to the forest. What a thing it is. Now go and call him back. No, he told me 14 years now. Now you are missing. He is enjoying the forest. Understand, friends? If you enjoy, nobody can punish you. Punishment is punishment when you feel punished. What a verse is that? Chitta Shukruta Varjanam. Agitation comes because of the chittam, the mind trying to hold on to something or trying to get rid of something. What you want to hold on to doesn't last. What you want to get rid of, continuously existing. How lovely. But having seen this, now I am no more there either to hold on or to Give up. Na chitta sukruta, na varjanam. Evameva ahamastitah. So who is agitating you? God. God has nothing else to do. Right? One special antenna towards you. What a waste. Give me this understanding of God. Thereafter, put me in any situation, anywhere of your creation, it doesn't make any difference. Why? But one thing, give me this understanding. Facilitate. Let me meet a teacher, find this knowledge. After this, it's always your game. After this, more so. You no more ask, why these things happen to me? The people who are, consider themselves spiritually arrogant, I'm a devotee of God and this can happen to me. Oh. So you are still there as a devotee of God. God alone doesn't exist. Because of your devotion, God is existing. You will get it, don't worry. It more becomes devotee versus the God. Are you getting it? Now there is a fight between devotee versus the God. So you become a devotee to fight with him, right? Very beautiful. What devotion. Love fight is different. I know, I take care. He only takes care. But you can't. Whom else to talk? Go and tell him, do this. If you do this, fine. If you don't do this, also excellent. But whom else to talk? I am a talkative fellow, so I am talking to you. Yad yad karma karomi tattadakilam sambhotavaradhanam. Whatever action passes through you, Lord, is all your prayer, your worship. Finished. Chitta sukritava ashramam anat. Why people are disturbed in life? Ashrama dharma, anashrama dharma, ashrama dharma. I am a brahmachari, I am a gruhastha, I am a vanaprastha, I am a sannyasi, and I am not doing this. I am not doing this, this ashrama dharma or anashrama. I am not in this ashrama. You are in gruhastha, you are trying to sannyasi. You are sannyasi, you want to be a gruhastha. You want a brahmachari, you want to become vanaprastha. What is this rubbish? In a sense, these considerations. Today we don't perhaps understand that language. When you are in a job, you want to have freedom. You want to go for a holiday. When you are on holiday, you want to be in a job. That is the ashrama and ashrama. Today Vanaprastha, not Vanaprastha, monkey state. Okay? Who understands the brahmachari, grihastha, ashrams, all these things? I mean, you can say that. But today, what is our conflict? You are in a marriage, you want to divorce. You are in a single state, you want to marry. You want to marry, you want to again return to the single state. What is this? You are in a job, you want to have a holiday. You want a holiday, you want looking for a job. At home, you want to go abroad. When abroad, you want to come home. Beautiful. This is a fantastic arrangement for misery. Who makes? The intelligent one, the individuality. Never contented with itself. Ashramam, asramam. Then, because of this, when you are tired, now I want to meditate. Dhyanam. The dhyanam also becomes agitation. Why are you meditating? Listen carefully. Why are you meditating? To escape from agitation. You shall remember the agitation throughout your dhyanam. Are you getting that point, please? That point you must see. To meditate, if you stop your activities, meditation becomes another activity. Because when the meditation, just like that activity is over, your so-called meditation begins. Now the meditation is over, the activity begins. So meditation is an activity, always disturbed. Oh, every year I go for 10 days meditation camp. I want to look at a wall for 10 days. Yeah, you can look at a wall and be a wall also, no problem. Then what will happen? I have suspended all my activity. I do not talk. I do not do like that. All this, how you understand how people do. So everything is waiting. The moment that 10 days period, that first day itself you are bored. After 10th day you come back, what happens? All the activities come back. Because meditation is yet another activity. I who is tired of the life dreams of meditation. Thus I get tired of meditation and I dream of some activity. It is like tired of activity, you are looking for rest. Tired of rest, you are looking for activity. Tired of, have you not seen that? Every moment in life, sir. During marriages, what do you eat? All rich food, no? Tired of very rich food? Vetta kolambu vanam. Rasam, vetta kolambu. Toiri sadam, more sadam. Bas. Eat more sadam every day. Tired of more sadam. Chocolate ice cream, that's what it is. Your meditation and activity is like that. Please, Maharaj, when a person sees this, hey, enough of this game I have played, etad viksha, vikalpam, this is unnecessary agitation was happening in me. Now, aham eva aham astita, I am existing as I am, Shranti. No more expecting this should be this way, that should be this way, that man should talk like this man should talk like that. Please sit down and think, friends, how your expectations drive you crazy. You sit down, this man should be like that, why is that talking like that, why that tree is like that, why that expenses is not met, why this one is not met, why is what? These are the situations, deal with it. But always at rest with yourself. Evameva aham asti. Whatever. Because of your meditation, your being in meditation, your breathing doesn't stop, lucky. Your thinking doesn't stop, lucky. The physical growth doesn't stop, lucky. Activities around do not stop, good for the world. But you are no more an unconscious participant. Habitual identification has stopped. The key lies with you, not with the creation. You cannot stop the world. Can you? Can you stop the sun from rising? The punishment is tomorrow morning when the sun rises, you shall be hanged. Can you stop the sun rising? Think, friends. The sun shall continue to rise. The world shall continue to change. Your body shall continue to age. People shall continue to change. Your mind shall continue to change. You are changeless. Absolutely. Ahameva, evameva, aham. This is how, was teacher, venerable teacher, this is how I exist. Thank you. Next. I don't know what to say. Life, you understand? That is where the freshness comes. When your mind, listen carefully, when thus your own mind is totally free from, listen carefully, when your mind is totally free from any type of expectations, agitations, you being yourself as you are, when you are at rest with yourself, by the calmness of the dawn inside, right in the midday of life, you are also calmness of the dawn. It's what you are inside that you have to feel outside. You are at peace, everything shall appear peaceful. You are restless, everything shall look dangerous. Have you not seen it, please? Start from any standpoint. I tell you, physically, think. Physically, you are in a healthy mode. Think. Physically, you are in a healthy mode. Do you worry for the climate? Sunshine, oh, yeah, excellent, what a beautiful day. Winter, put on this sweater and beautiful day. Spring, nice. Everything is nice. When you are having little fever, feverish, springtime, what is that? Springtime, everybody is enjoying. Flowers have come out, fragrance everywhere, but you are in the middle. Why? Think for yourself. Yes, we are physically sick. When you are physically healthy, nothing matters. Physically sick, you don't want to meet anybody, you don't participate in anything. This much of physical. thing, friends. So such a feeling, for average person, when physical condition is like that, mind also gets switched off, because he doesn't know anything about himself. Please see step by step. Physically you are fit, listen carefully. Physically you are fit. Your mind has gone off. What is that? That land there, I could not get it. That thing, somebody took it away. My brother told me this. This person did like that. Physically you are fit, but your mind is sick, miserable. Just before the Diwali, somebody died in your family which you love very much. There is darkness in your head. Next day Diwali. Will you celebrate? The whole world is festival of light. You are in nightmarish darkness. Just before Christmas, New Year, somebody dies. Your Christmas is finished, your New Year is finished. Just before Christmas, divorce. Or somebody dead. How do you feel? Mentally miserable. Whole world is celebrating. You are not. Think. Suppose your mind is, what is the healthy mind? What is the healthy mind? Listen carefully. What is healthy mind? Somewhere it came, some Upanishad, no? Mana dividham proktam. Shuddham cha asuddham eva cha. There are two types of mind. Mind, two types. Meaning two types of modes you can see. Shuddha, Ashuddha. Pure, impure. Just like that. Shuddha, impure. What is this mean? What does it mean? Ashuddham kama sankalpam. Shuddham kama vivarjitam. Simple. Ashuddham kama sankalpam. That type of mind which goes on sankalpa, doing sankalpa. I should have this. Hey, you understand? You understand sankalpa? I better work it out. It's very easy, but what to do? I don't want you to miss it. What is a sankalpa? You sit down in puja, you do sankalpa, no? Adya Brahmanam, digitalized address, so that the punya comes only to you, not your son, your husband, your father, only, not even to God. Me, I want something from God, right? Sankalpa. Now, sankalpa, can it happen by itself, or there should be somebody to do the sankalpa? The mantra is a sankalpa, or somebody is doing that mantra to get the sankalpa, to make it a sankalpa. Individuality, the I must be there to do the sankalpa. So that is why, please let it be again inscribed, get inscribed in your skull that a thought is not sankalpa. Unless you are there, are you getting that? A sankalpa is not a thought. You convert a thought to a sankalpa. Ashuddham. Why ashuddham? Because it brings you misery, it brings you agitation. Shuddham kama vivarjitam. When you say kama vivarjitam means what? Sankalpa vivarjitam. Sankalpa vivarjitam means what? I am not there to convert a thought to a dream or a nightmare. Jnanam. All the time. You see that reality for yourself very, very clearly. Evam eva ahamastita. Can you exist? Can you just be without saying I or thinking I? Can you just be? But a thought is not needed. The I thought is not needed. A speech is not needed. An action is not needed. To be myself. Evam eva ahamas. That is the person, Vishranti Nishyami, have found the eternal rest right in myself. After that, activity also beautiful. Every activity also is meditation. Okay, please. That is why the whole of our scripture is how beautiful. They do not stop you from acting. They tell you how to act. They don't stop you from thinking, but how to think. Read that. Next one. Okay, you have already read it. Karma, see, so beautiful. Karma anushtanam ajnanat yatheva uparamastatha buddhva samyagidam tattvam evameva ahamastita. I completely existing, I exist, I remain as I am, without any sense of accepting, rejecting, na graha, na tyaga, na laya, neither to accept, to reject, or to resolve. I always remain as myself. Why? I have seen it very clearly. What is that? Karma anushtanam ajnana uparamastatha. Any action, listen carefully, which is so beautiful, just think of it. So beautiful. Average person, ignorant persons, any action begins from what? Only ignorance. Please see how it is. Eh? Don't bring in wisdom now. Oh, I am the wise man. Don't go to wisdom now, okay? But see how you are getting into trouble. Suppose you just are there. Any problem? You speak something, you do something, problem begins. Not that every speech, I am talking ignorant state only. Because you can't be quiet. I am so restless. So what happens? That time you are acting. Now when you are acting, suppose you want to move from ashram to the beach. To move from the ashram to the beach, this karma anusthana, to do this karma, first a thought must come. Beach. We shall go. So, and why do I want to go to beach? This is boring to sit down in this place, you know. Same place, sitting down, no, boring. Very innocent action, huh? So boring. I want to go to beach. Nobody misunderstands it, isn't it? Nobody misunderstands it. Suppose a child says, Mommy, I want to go to playground. Will you give a slap? Of course, go to the thing. Of course, come to the... Even mommy also herself wants to go out because all the time inside the house. Papa, can I go to the forest? Yes, come to the forest. Why? They also want to go to the forest. But nobody understands as to why this desire comes to there. Because house, what is wrong with the house? Not that there is something wrong with the house, then only shall go. No, but this is the average person's condition. Okay, I am in the house, very nice, but after some time, let us go to the beach. Why? Boredom. Boredom means what? It is okay, but it is boring. Meaning what? Suddenly you are no more comfortable in that house or comfortable in yourself. Change the surrounding. So if you are trying to move out, the purpose is not to go to beach, but to escape the boredom. Escaping the boredom means purpose is to be happy. Are you getting that? So happiness is the motive. Are you getting it? It's a very simple, innocent action. But it can be a complicated action. I want to smoke, I want to take drugs, I feel humiliated, I am a destroyer. You know, it goes to what? From simple activities to most complicated activities. War, disaster, destruction, rape, pillage, you know, that destroying everything, conquering, winning over. Why people do all these crimes or even good work? The purpose is, please see that in a simple way. You are this place, you want to move out. Why? Yeah, how long to sit down? Let us go. What's wrong if you sit down here a long time? So what? Just think. So I am going there because I want to be happy in life. So when you are looking for happiness, this is ignorance. So when your activities are born out of looking for happiness, when your activities, your speech is triggered by looking for happiness, that becomes ignorance. That's what he says. Ajnanat karma anusthana. Because of the ignorance, all activities are triggered because of ignorance, looking for happiness. When it's a karma anusthana, it can be secular karma, it can be religious karma. Somebody wants to play football, somebody wants to go to the beach, somebody wants to take a tour around the world, another person says, no, I want to go on a pilgrimage, I want to sing and chant, I want to meditate, do something. For what? Both are doing for the, to be happy in life. Not knowing I am the happiness. Okay. Yathaiva uparamastatha. Not only karma anusthana, not only you are engaging yourself in activity, uparamastatha, not to do that activity, also comes from the same search for happiness. Why? As you are bored to sit down and therefore go to beach, now you are tired of being in the beach, come back, uparama, withdraw from that work. You want to be happy? Do this puja for ritual for 1 month, 2 months. Happily you do that for some time. After some time, enough. Have you not seen the shortcut puja also? What is shortcut puja? Like the child did it. The mother told him, every day before you go to school, sleep, you must pray. So the mother said, wait, tell your prayer. ABCD, EF, G, H, I, J, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, Z. The mother said, what type of prayer? I said, no man, the second line is, God, you know the alphabets. You know what I want, make it up. I have told A to Z. Shortcut prayer. You ask the priest to do it for 100,000 names, but see, we have to all go. 100 names also is fine. 100 names is fine. 10 also is fine. Why? Money that comes must be same. He is gaining his happiness by doing it for you. You are getting your happiness, allowing him to do it for you. Who is wonderful? Both are, I don't want to use the word, choice is yours. Are you getting that point, please? So karma anusthana as well as the uparama. To do something or to withdraw from something, ajnanat. Therefore suddenly don't give, now the person says, oh, so we all people who are doing like this always. So wise man, what does it? He is anusthana and uparama is for what? Yes. He also will be same way. Anusthana will be there, uparama also will be there. There shall be involvement, there shall be withdrawal. There will be beginning of an action, there will also end of an action. But the difference is in knowledge. The person does no more seeks happiness. When an ignorant person doing the action, looking for happiness, the wise person does the action, being the happiness. When you are sick, when the ignorant seeks happiness in some action or withdrawal, the wise man sees and is the happiness in the involvement as well as the withdrawal. Only difference, nothing else. So since this type of action backed by ignorance brings me what? Agitation. How do I know whether my action is backed by wisdom or ignorance? If the stopping of the activity brings you agitation, or doing certain activity also brings you resistance and agitation, then of course you are ignorant. If you are a wise person, happy to do, happy not to do. Ignorant, by doing I am happy, or by not doing I am happy. So if by doing you are happy, if you are allowed, if you are denied to do it, you will be miserable. By not doing, if you are happy, if you are asked to do it, you will be again miserable. That is why you look at yourself. What is your resistance level? I cannot take it. Naturally. I cannot take it. Because what is your threshold? Little. It's like a frog, friends, like a frog. You know, Kupamanduga they say? A frog who is in the kupa, in the well, can you talk to him about the vastness of the ocean? How do you talk? An individuality which is literally imprisoned in that little whale of web of identifications. How do you talk to him? Unbounded, all-pervasive consciousness. The frog in the whale is the individuality in the web of identity. And between these whaled frogs, New English, between these whaled, imprisoned frogs, there is competition as to who is better, who is lesser. How pathetic. In my well, we don't shout loud. In our well, you are shouting too much. In my well, I eat only once in a day. In your well, you don't eat at all. In my well, we have gone vegetarian, only the musk we eat. In your well, you are eating all the insects. Now this beautiful discourse between the whaled frogs cannot be dismissed by the one who has seen the ocean. Why? They are not going to understand. They shall say, this fellow is sacrilegious. He is telling there is no well, there is no frog, there is no individuality, there is no boundary, no nothing. What is this? We have been living in this boundary forever. My father has lived, my mother has lived, everybody has done it. And this man says you are unbounded consciousness, all pervasiveness, where there is no this well, that well. What is this? You, to have your own little well, you are denying the ocean for yourself. It is like to have my own little identity, I am the high caste, you forget that you are Brahman all-pervasive. To own little greatness or holiness, that I am a vegetarian or I am a meditator, a chanter or a good man, you completely want to forget that you are the absolute all-pervasiveness. Sometimes prison have become a beautiful habitual residence. Homesick if you are not in the prison. How do you like it? Homesick. The person feels homesick. If the prison is his home. If you are not angry, you feel uncomfortable. You cannot take it. Listen carefully. When you are building up anger, releasing the anger, you feel comfortable. If you are not angry, you feel uncomfortable. Non-reacting mind, you feel uncomfortable. These reactions are natural for you. It is like a drug addict. The moment you want to stop it, cold turkey, withdrawal symptom. So used to unhappiness, misery, individuality, selfishness, fighting, that if you don't do it anymore, you feel uncomfortable. Think. What this person is? Eto samyak idam buddhva, by knowing it correctly. Evam eva hamastita. No more resistance to karma anusthana or uparana. I can do, I need not do. What is to be done? Whatever comes on the way. Yadruchalava santushta, dandvatito vimaschara. Yadruchalava santushta. Whatever comes on the way, I am happy with it. What is to be done, not to be done, is all God says. Amazing, amazing. Huh? Now read another atom bomb coming. Read. It's so sweet. It's so sweet. Read. Achintyam chintyamanopi chintarupam bhajatyaso tyaktva tad bhavanam tasmad evam evaham evam eva krutam yena sakrutartho bhavedaso evam eva svabhavo yah sakrutartho bhavedaso achintyam chintyamanopi chintarupam bhajatyaso tyaktva tad bhavanam tasmat evamevahamaastitah evamev krutam yena sakrutartho bhavedaso evameva svabhavoyah sakrutartho bhavedaso. So now, after listening to this, what suppose the teacher understands, ASHTAVAKRA understands, Janaka also revels, ASHTAVAKRA also revels. But people are reading Bhagavad Gita, ASHTAVAKRA Gita, say, oh, very good. Evam eva hamastita. So now I shall be with myself always, contemplating on myself, being in dhyana, being myself, all the time being myself. I must be myself. Are you taking that resolve? If you are doing that, for you this is meant. Now, Swami is very correct, Shastra is right, Janaka, what is his fantastic. So now begins, right? Let's see. Achintyam chintyamanopi chintarupam aso bhajati. Achintyam, Atma, Aham, achintyam. Cannot be thought over, isn't it? Why it cannot be thought over? Please. Very beautiful. House, an object outside. Unless you see it, can you think about it? Can I go to the little board? 1 minute, okay? We'll go to the board. Do that. Any question is there today? There is no question. So I shall finish it up. Okay, don't worry. Just 1 minute. Just 2 minutes. This is very nice. Okay. You see that? This is a very nice point. You must see it very clearly. Do you hear? Okay. Alright, please. Chinta. Chinta means your anxiety. Just a thought. Just a thought. Please think of a thought. Now, to have the thought of a house, what should you do? You want to have a thought of a house. What should you do? So, this is a house. Okay? This is a house. Suppose you have not seen this house. Can you think about it? Now, since you cannot think about it, are you there or not there? Now, there is a person, big boy. Huh? Now, this boy has not seen this house. Is there a white house? Okay. Now, this boy is there. He has not seen any house. In this, can he have a thought of the house here? Can he have what thought will have? Can he have the thought of the house? Cannot have. So first you have to see the house. Okay? So now you create a house for him. Okay? You create a house for him. Now once you create the house, he should see that house. When you see this house, what will happen? Thought will take place. This is the thought, okay? The thought of the house will take place. This is there. Suppose the person has not seen the house. The person exists or not? The person exists. The house is there, object, solid, gross, tangible object. It is there. The person is there. Without the thought, object cannot be remembered. That is why unknown people, unknown things are not your problem. Unknown people, somebody's wife, somebody's husband, somebody's children, 7 billion people, minus 2 of 3 of you know, any other problem? No problem. Nothing. Unknown meaning what? They may exist, but the thought doesn't exist. Okay, so if the thought doesn't exist, you don't remember. Whereas, listen carefully now. But for you to be, think of it together, for your body to be, is the object needed? For your body to exist, is your object needed? Object is not needed. Now come back. So take this one. For the person to be, object is not needed. For the eyes to be, object needed. For the thought to be, is it clear? For the thought to be, object is needed or not needed? Huh? Object is needed. For the thought to be, object is needed. For the body to be, object is not needed. For your eyes to be, object is not needed. Okay? So for the thought to be, thought of the home to be, the object is needed. Okay, now, for you to be conscious of the thought, listen carefully. For you to be conscious of the thought, eyes are needed. See the confusion now. For you to be conscious of your thought, eyes are needed. Is it needed that you must be conscious of your body to be conscious of your thought? Is it needed that you must be conscious of the object for the thought to be? Is it necessary that you must be conscious of the object to be conscious of the thought? So to be conscious of the thought, you don't need to be conscious of your eyes, your body, or the object, right? So to be conscious of the thought, how many things are needed? Huh? 2 things are needed. To be conscious of the thought, 2 things are needed. You must be conscious either the thought, consciousness either the thought. Right or not? There should be consciousness and there should be thought. Is it necessary to say, I am conscious to be conscious? So this I thought is needed? I thought also is not needed. Listen carefully. So the I thought is not needed. So consciousness and the object. Yeah. Consciousness and the thought, both are there. Now listen carefully. If this thought is, or the house is gone, can you remember this house? If the thought of the house is gone, or thought of any thought is gone, consciousness is there or not? So does the consciousness need to be a thought? So if you don't need a thought, can you forget yourself? Because anything that is remembered by the presence of the thought shall be forgotten in the absence of the thought. So can the consciousness be forgotten? Huh? What do you know? You don't make a thought of consciousness. You know what is the thought of consciousness? I thought. This is name. Because thought, the color has a shape, house has a shape, so you have a form. Consciousness, what type of thought it can be? It cannot be thought. Are you getting that point? Listen carefully. Anything that is seen by the eyes can be a thought. Heard by the ear can be a thought. Tasted by the tongue can be a thought. Smelled by the nose can be a thought. Touched by the skin can be a thought. Your self-consciousness can be seen, heard, touched, tasted, smelled. So what thought? The thought is not needed for the consciousness to be. Now that is why that is why this language is so beautiful here. Think. Achintyam chintyamanopi chintarupam bhajetyasu. So achintyam chintyamana. In reality, consciousness cannot be an object of thought. It is the subject. You don't need to have a thought, you don't need to have your eyes or senses, not necessary to have an object to be conscious. So now who is trying to meditate on consciousness? Ahankar. No, I want to meditate. So unconsciously, while listening to this subtly, slowly, quietly, unobtrusively, whisperingly, soft-footed, the I comes in. Yes, I must meditate. True. Very innocently meditating. You are destroyed. Just like a wicked, conspiring bandit coming to your house. Good morning, sir. Offering you the tea, smile, biscuit bandit, very friendly. Oh, grabs you. Ahankara comes. I must meditate. Suppose he says, I want to be agitated, immediately your red light will go up. Because the eye is telling you he wants to be agitated, so your red light goes up. I want to meditate. Very comforting thought. Chintyamanevi chintarupam aso bhavati. Understand, it is yet another thought. Don't fall a victim to it, which in Mandukya Upanishad will come to. Nasvadayet rasam tatra prajnaya nishango bhavet. When you are with your meditation with your own self, na asvadayet rasam tatra there don't do rasaswada. Meditation is very, very successful. There it is, meditation is successful. Here it is, I want to meditate, the first step. The first step itself is wrong. I want to meditate itself is a wrong thing. Ayame vaite bandha samadhi manudishtaji. The teacher has already revealed in the first stage. This is your bondage that you want to meditate. Now if suppose you are sitting down there to feel very comfortable, that's what exactly I was thinking. That fellow is a rascal. Because he feels relieved that he doesn't have to meditate anymore. He feels relieved that the chanting is not necessary, this is not necessary, that is not. You understand, it becomes perversion. It enjoys the right not to meditate, as the other people do. But it reserves the right to be disturbed like anybody else. What a trouble! That is where perversion, Ravana. And of course, who pays for it? Others. Yes, others also pay for it, but you are the first one to pay for it. In your life, if there is a hint of a disturbance, agitation, insecurity, misery, persecution, you are the architect. And if you have made it, blessed. No problem. So, Chintarupa, Achintyam Chintyamano, that line please remember it, okay? Achintyam Chintyamanopi Chintarupam Bhavatyasu. Tasmad Tyaktva Tad Bhavanam. Therefore, Tad Bhavanam Tyaktva, even giving up that very thought of meditation, thought of being with myself, thought of not being with something, both. Don't say thought of being myself is a bondage. Thought of not being with something also is a bondage. Careful. I am quiet. Oh, that's a disturbance, you know. I don't want to be undisturbed. I am quiet. Oh, that is a thought. I am not struggling to be quiet. Also another thought. Are you dead? Are you dead? If you say yes, Of course you are not. Are you dead? If you say no also, no. That is the point. Can you talk? Are you dumb? Can you talk? No. Shut up. Can you talk? Yes. So don't worry, you are dumb. You can't say yes or no. Did you do? To say yes, doership must be there. Did you do? No. To say no also, doership must be there. So what shall you do? Yes or no? You understand? Madhava. Did you think? Neither you can say yes or no. Do you understand this truth? The wise one neither can say yes nor he can say no. Where am I to respond? Ignorant man pretends. Do you understand this truth? Show off. They are not show off. Pretending to be holy, speaking that language. You don't have to pretend. There is no dress for wisdom. There is no uniform for wisdom. That is why you can have ochre cloth, you can also be a Naga sadhu. Digambara, Svetambara. There is no uniform in wisdom. Nor there is action uniform for the wisdom. What is wisdom? Or represented by all the time closing the eyes, all the time opening the eyes. Understand, friends? You are always in meditation. Then Swamiji, in the beginning, all the time in the beginning of the class, you say, close your eyes. When I say close your eyes, what it means is, take your mind away from the world. You are with yourself. When I say open your eyes, continue your transaction. Suspend your transaction and continue your transaction, but not suspend meditation and continue meditation. You are always with yourself, but for some time, now that we are going to study these, suspend other things. Then also resume other things. Meditation is not suspending the perception, nor resuming the perception. You are always meditation. So, tyaktva tad bhavanam tasmat evam eva. Therefore, even very thought of meditating, not meditating, doesn't arise in me. Evam eva ahamast. The very thought of birth, born or unborn, dead, immortal, doesn't exist. The very thought of pain and pleasure, respect, disrespect, acceptance, rejection, living, growing, appearing, disappearing, experiencing, not experiencing, perceiving, not perceiving, none of these things matter anymore. Evam eva ahamastita vishranti. Always at rest. Iti evam evam krutam yena sa krutartho bhavedaso. Then he gives a general description. Evam eva krutam yena. Yena, by whosoever he may be, he who, whoever he may be, not that Hindu or that Indian or that man or that woman, Adamadrilla. Yena, yaha, yaha, Evam eva svabhavo yaha sakrutartha. Whoever is like this, whoever cannot be like this, everybody can be like this. Because in your being, there is no Hindu, Muslim, Christian, believer, non-believer, communist, capitalist, democrat, man, woman, child, young, holy, unholy, righteous, unrighteous. None of these things are there. It takes you beyond everything. Whoever he may be, he who abides in himself without this sense of doing or not doing this, achieving or not achieving this, getting or not getting this, gaining or not gaining this, losing or not losing this. There is no sense of loss, no sense of gain. You are complete. Am I the only one? Everybody is that same thing. That is why this becomes so beautiful. The ultimate socialism. The ultimate socialism, maximum socialism. No political system can bring it out. Physically, you shall never be able to make everybody same. Intellectually, you can never make everybody. That is why communism fails. Because by law, you can say everybody must have same type of house, same type of car. But you can't have same type of thinking. It doesn't work. There is no communism in intellectual accomplishment, achievement, maturity. And in so-called capitalism, when everybody is rich and very beautiful, naturally, if you are rich, somebody will be poor. But in wisdom, there is no, I am wise, therefore you are ignorant. In wisdom, everybody is wisdom. Ignorant and wise, that is at a relative level. And every ignorant man, every wise man was ignorant. Every ignorant man will be wise. That is why the wise man, the person who knows himself, is the greater is your wisdom, the more ordinary you are. Ordinariness is the name of the absolute wisdom. Total ordinariness. Only people who are small, they want to appear extraordinary. The people are small, limited people. They want to appear extraordinary because they want to be impressive. They want to impress everybody. Like a so-called secular person wants to impress everybody. Today they are talking about in India, now the Rolls Royce is coming in a big way. Rolls Royce. Only 5 crores, 4 crores. We want to show off to everybody. What does it mean? When you go on a Rolls Royce, everybody thinks he's a nutcase, Oh, look at that, sir. I know, that's right. This car, that car. So somebody's prosperity invokes poverty in somebody. Riches invoke poverty. Relative knowledge invokes this. Because the rich feels comfortable in invoking riches in himself, and the other person naturally feels uncomfortable because for him he has to invoke that richness. Naturally this person feels impoverished in his presence. The wise man does not invoke wisdom only in himself. The wise man knows, as much I am the truth, the absolute, that much you are the truth and absolute. I feel ashamed that you are not owning it all. Therefore I feel ashamed. The child, the student, the ignorant fellow doesn't feel ashamed because he doesn't know what he is losing. That is where comes compassion. The teacher feels ashamed. This fool. Yes, you, come on. A happy, you understand, a very, very happy, compassionate mood. Come on, see this for yourself, that's what you are. That is why affectionately a murkha, a mudha, idiot, you stupid, or sometimes a handsome one, a vidwan. All terms of endearment, because there is no personal motive in that. You go to any extent to help the individual to understand himself. Somebody little more love, somebody little attention, somebody little affection, somebody little weeping, but nothing really matters, because ultimately the person should understand. Once the person understands the reality, thereafter what he says? It's all right. He won't bother about it. But the person who doesn't understand that, what shall he say? Like a school child, your father was very strict for you and he was hitting you. Study this. Don't waste your time. Read. And suppose you really did that and you studied and you became first class first, and you are like that, you are very successful. You shall look on your father as a source of inspiration and blessing. Father, had you not hit me, today I would not have been what I am. The person who could not make it, what shall he say? Abusive father. Abusive father, always abused. No way different from this teaching. You give little love and affection, somebody grows up. You tell somebody very strictly, don't do this. Suppose you understand the truth, both will understand. Little more attention was as much a blessing as even little more strictness. But the person who cannot do this, he shall say he was abused because asking me to starve, asking me to do this, or exploiting me by giving little more attention. God bless. So what the wise man should feel? Destroyed and devastated. This is what it is. The person has to understand. Only you can say that. Let the person grow up and understand. Evam eva ahamasta. Therefore, yaha, whoever me may be, one who understands this, evam evam krutam yena, by whom this is done. What is that? Even I don't have the need to have to think over myself. Why? You cannot make a creed, you cannot make a thought out of consciousness. When I did not understand, I started my studies, I picked up these names, these words, because they are the names which do not describe something that is seen, tasted, touched, smelled, these things. So it took me, these thoughts takes me away from the other thoughts. Are you getting that? Let's see the teaching now. These thoughts takes me away from the other thoughts. And when I go to the source of this thought, the meaning of the word I, the meaning of the word Ajo Nitya Saswatayam Purana, unborn, eternal, absolute, when I go there, suddenly I discover these thoughts are not needed. As much any other thought is not needed for me to be myself. But to be alive in the world when the relative thoughts are necessary, because without those thoughts I can never function in life. Suppose you don't have the thought about yourself, Ajo Nitya Saswatam Purana, you don't have the Bhagavad Gita in your head, you don't have the the ASHTAVAKRA Gita in your head, you don't have these verses in your head, still you will be conscious. But if you don't have the direction to your house in your head, stuck here. So better have the thought of your directions. So these thoughts are. But what a relief to be myself, I don't need any thought. Because if it is dependent on a thought, what a trouble it will be. Sometimes forgotten. That is why, if it is Sabda Jnana, only familiarity with the words, Shastra Jnana, familiar with the scripture, words are there, book is there, you talk. Book is not there, finished. You are walking through library. For wisdom, be the self. Evam svavaya sakuthartha. In fact, sakutartha. Krutyam krutameva. Krutakritya. Krutyam krutameva. All that is to be done is done in life. Because everything I want to do to be happy, comfortable, secured. Now I am the happiness, I am the bliss, I am the absolute security. There is nothing other than me. That is not only me, everybody else. And name it Ishvara, if you like. Sasiva, Sahari, Shendra, Swakshara, Paramaswara. Call him Shiva, call him Hari, call it Indra, call it Akshara, call it form, call it formless. Everything is beautiful. There is nothing to be done, nothing to be thought over, nothing not to think over, nothing not to. Everything is beautiful. Close your eyes. most beautiful part of it is, as you listen for 2 hours, now be yourself. No need to listen to for 2 hours, either to your teacher's words, anybody's words, your own speech or your own thought. Not necessary. Then, no fear, no anxiety. To have a thought or not to have a thought. To act or not to act. To do or not to do. You are free. Okay? Free or freedom? Words. Okay? Enjoy yourself. Okay, now only 10 minutes left out. Any question? Said number 10, you are always asking for one question. Okay, give the paper. Give the paper. Always he says, Swamiji, what is the time for question? Yeah. You have a question? Give. No, very nice. Simple. Bring all the, anybody write down, bring the quick. Okay, now listen. This is a very beautiful, simple question. You have to answer that because I don't know the answer. What is the sound of music a thought? The sound of music, is it a thought? Has to be a thought, no? Because the sound of the cuckoo is a thought or no? The sound of the musical instrument? Sound of the vocalist? Thought. What is that thought? It's a thought. That is how, why do you, when you are bathroom singer, why do you sing whichever tune comes to your head and not which is imaginary? You sing, which song you sing? Some disembodied music? Whichever thought comes, suppose you listen to something, a particular movie has come, or Janagana Mana also, it doesn't matter, something in a mood. Whatever is here. Please sing one Odia song in your brain, let me see. One Eskimo music, one African folk music. Yeah, it is not there. So if you are singing the Tamil songs, that means it is a thought in your brain. Or else how are you going to think? Are you getting that? But who you are is not there. Because you are not a sound to be made into a thought. Beautiful. You are not a touch to be made into a thought. You are not a taste to be made into a thought. You are not a touch to be made into a thought. You are not a smell to be made into a thought. That is why sense organs are not needed. See how beautiful it is. Suppose by mistake, whoever it is, call it God, call it truth, call it XYZ, whatever it is, by chance you would have organized it such a way the thought is an object of sound. Deaf people finished. Object of sight, blind people out. Object of taste, your tongue is body, you are finished. Smell, cannot smell it. Grab, cannot grab it. Not only that, the more danger is, okay, you could see, but chances are thought can be forgotten. Which is the thought which has remained with you for longest time? Who was your friend who was sitting down on the 10th standard on your second bench? When you are studying in the school, you must be second, third, fourth bench. Just two benches ahead, one fellow was sitting on the left side. Boy or a girl? Where is the memory? Forget these things. When was that Robert Clive came to India? Historical figure, right? What was Tenali Raman's original name? What is Birbal's original name? What is your father? What is your father doing 10 years back on this Thursday? I mean, you are asking impossible. I am not asking impossible questions. These are all stupid questions because thoughts are forgotten. So lucky the self is not a thought. And you want to make it a thought. I'm listening to some Anahat, I'm listening to them. A blue color, red color is hitting my head. It's all yogic stuff, you understand? It's all what? Yogic insanity. You understand? Insanity of yoga kind. What is that? Blue, red, green, then something is tickling from the bottom, now it is in the middle of the reef, now it is there, now it is there. Why? The longer you take it to go up or go down, then longer the disciple sit. So the Guru is permanent. What a headache. The teacher here is desperate, let the fellow get out. Why? Understand and go. You see and you live your life. No time the teaching the religion should be in confinement. You don't come here to cut your wings, but develop on wings and fly. Can't be a prisoner of a thought or a system. But people love to be prisoner of thoughts and systems so they can have an identity. One spiritual identity, superior identity. What a waste. So such people will not like this knowledge. Why? Oh, I am like anybody else. So what's wrong with that? No, I must be special. What can you do? What can you do? Truth is not a special zone. It is enhanced through everything. God doesn't consider himself more divine somewhere else, less divine somewhere else. India is India all through. Earth is earth all through. Universe is universe all through. God is God all through. Consciousness is consciousness all through. There is no place where it is not as it is. So lucky is not a thought. Right? Right. Question?
When I perceive an object, I thought it's wrong. When I perceive something, who is actually perceiving? Eyes cannot perceive by themselves. So I should be there.
Yes. No. What? Yeah. Watch out your thoughts, statements. See, to perceive something, eyes are needed. You say, who says who I perceive, right? The eyes see. Right. Listen carefully. I think the other day I gave you that statement, no? Eyes see, but I, consciousness, knows. Eyes do not know. Do you understand that statement? Do the eyes know or eyes see?
I cannot even see by itself.
Forget it, eyes cannot. This is a logic, this is known as semantics. What is this? Okay, simple thing I will just play the word. Do you see this flower? Close your eyes. Do you see this flower? Right. So who is seeing? With eyes seeing, you say I see. With eyes seeing, not seeing, you say I don't see. But do you see, now eyes open. Do you see this flower? Yes. Do you know, how do you know? I know. What I know? I see the flower. I know I see the flower. Now close your eyes. Do you see this flower? No, I don't see. How do you know? I know. What do you know? I don't see the flower. So I know is common. I know, I see. Meaning eyes see. So eyes see. What I say? I see the flower. Now eyes closed. I do not see. Okay, I ask you, how do you see? I know. Do you see the flower with eyes closed? No, I don't see. How do you know? I know. So, with eyes open, you see. With eyes closed, you don't see. Are you getting that? Now this I know, is consciousness. It's common to both seeing as well as not seeing. Now look at this I, how confusing it is. Same word is used. I see, I know. So this I is with the eyes. This I is with consciousness.
Is that consciousness?
Yeah.
The Anta.
Yes. So listen carefully. So this is first see this very clearly. interested in sensation. I see, I hear, I taste, I touch. Therefore, when this is not there, I will be miserable. I don't know, I can't experience sight, see, taste, touch, smell, everything. That is consciousness is completely ignored. Why? Sensation have been more important than the consciousness. The sensations have become more important. Perceptions are more colorful. If mortality is colorful or immortality is colorful. Mortality is so beautiful. Mortality is colorful. Immortality is who cares? That way everybody wants extends from mortality. Nobody wants to be immortal. Suppose somebody tells you, die now, you shall be immortal. Mandava, let me be 10 years old, there are 2 years immortality. Why? Immortality is always there. Why should I die to be immortal? When Allah was immortal, why should I die to be immortal? It was not religion. Why should I die to be immortal? I am immortal. No, it is what you are right. Everybody comes to always not. Take care of the best care of the health. You will never eat for your sensation. Therefore, you will not be sick because of your food. Person who finds pleasure in eating food, he shall kill the body and he will after all be water also. What actually? Single. So, if that is gone, listen, to see, I will come to around that. To see, is it necessary to say I see? To see, is it necessary to say I see? To hear me, is it necessary to say I hear? Yes, hearing. To be conscious, is it necessary to say I am conscious? To have a thought, is it necessary to say I think? Then what is the need of the answer? So it is not there, but you bring it by communication. Suppose you tell somebody my stomach is hungry, then I shall say my hand is going to call somebody. Now what a headache, what can you do? Somebody says, I am hungry, my stomach is hungry. Then I'll ask my tongue to speak somebody's name and the food will come. And these are bring some food from the stomach from there, and somebody's hand will give it to your mouth, and then you will be not like I'm what a headache.
Ahamkara is the shadow of the consciousness.
Don't use that word. Why is it shadow? For shadow, you see, shadow is a poetry. For shadow to be there, I should be there. In sun, there is no shadow. Sun has no shadow. An object has a shadow. So if you say Ahamkara is a shadow, shadow of what? Consciousness is full light. What is the shadow? The sense of Ahamkara is the shadow of the I thought, perhaps. If there is no I thought, nobody can say Ahamkara. So the Ahamkara word can be shadow of the I thought. So what shadows are? Your right hand shadow. Right hand shadow. It's so big that if you are as comfortable with it, not comfortable without it. It's always, you see, food is a free man. Food is there, you are not happy. Food is not there, you improvise. Food is natural. Who survives? Who is the survivor? You go to the jungle, everything is available, you survive. Nothing available, you improvise. You improvise continuously in your life. You are yourself who you are in absolute happiness. Then you provide your sensation happiness in life. You don't want to go. Who can deny you things? Who can push you to things? Nobody. What do you want to say? You are impatient. You are a criminal officer. Every house is yours. Inside I am dancing with this house. You know, you are dancing. Sit down. All right. All right, thank you very much, and we shall see on the next time. I'm going back somewhere, going out, and come back on 6th. So 7th and 8th, we will have the class. September 7th and 8th. Okay, just close your eyes for a minute.